that's the first start of my car. Sounded pretty good to me. Some of you asked for a video of the car. I'll just give you a little tour now. Go underneath. She's got your 9-inch. I don't know if you can see that. She's got a Speedmaster aluminum rear end in it. And I boxed the control arms myself, and you saw in my other video the aluminum bottom of the trunk there. And here's a better view of that aluminum rear end. It's a spool with the 390 gear. And you can see that I've got some plate welded on the bottom of the control arm so that you don't get no wheel hopper distortion of the control arm. And I've got a set of drag shocks under there, adjustable 3-way. I probably should have a better set of shocks. And then as you can see, I still have the 2-piece drive shaft, but it's got a slider yoke on it. I don't know if you can see it there. And it's got a nice short shaft at the front, all heavy duty tubing and 1350 U-joints. And then inside of it, you got your basic quarter stick. It's a reverse manual valve body, turbo 400. I also cut the floor pan out so that I can access the transmission quickly to remove it. If I have to take it out, it takes me less than an hour. It's a godsend to put this in, because the way I have the motor in there, very difficult to get it out without this. You can even see I've got some upper holes that I have to take out the top 2 bell housing bolts, so it's really quick. I can have it in and out in no time. I've got a button on my brake pedal. It's kind of a poor man launch setup. You can step on the button and that runs the 2 steps, because I have a 2-step hook to it. So if I step on it that way, I don't get excited on the line. A lot of guys, they'll push hard. Maybe they're against somebody they really want to beat, and you'll push harder on the brake and you'll push harder on the gas, and that's a huge mistake. That'll cost you the race. So you're better off to control yourself, and sometimes I get hyper, so that controls me and keeps it at 3,000 RPM. So no matter how hard I'm gassing it, as soon as I release the brake, away it goes. Or I have the option of the trans brake as well, but I still stand on the brake. I kind of release them both at the same time. Then just your basic race car interior. I've got the proper roll cage in here. I've got some nasty wiring over there that's got to be attended to. And just your basic interior. And we'll take a look at the under the hood. And under here, the headers. I handmade those headers, just built them in my vise out of a bunch of tubing, and I bought some flanges off the internet and some adapters so that you can see the bolt pattern. It's easier to get the headers on and off instead of having the classic 23-degree bolt pattern. I've got a plate behind there, actually. You can see it, an aluminum one, and it's port matched to the headers and bolted on the normal bolt pattern, but then it's threaded to take this style of I think it's called the stall pattern. And then my engine, yay, looks good, runs good. And everything here I did myself. I made this backwards alternator mount. It's the only way it would fit in there, but it's AC, so it'll work either direction. And like, it's not super clean. It is a race car, but at the same time, it's a pretty solid car, pretty sound. You can see some of the welding I've done in here. Maybe it's hard to see. I flush welded it, so I think I did a good job. Should last quite a while. I did this probably, I don't know, hard to say. I would say in the 90s anyways. This welding in here, so and it's a little bit greasy from stuff happening, so the rust protection is always on full, so it keeps the car's pretty, I don't know, greasy. Anyways, that's a walk around of the car. Like I said, I painted this thing in the 90s. It still looks okay for a race car. It's won lots of trophies. It's treated me right. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the walk around.